another one, yeah. It's a full sprung, yeah. Oh, it's another one. It's another one, yeah.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, welcome again to the Our How are you?
Good, man. It's been a busy couple of weeks. So it's good to have a weekend off boxing now and again, believe it or not. So that's what we got this weekend.
I believe it. Believe it. Speak it. Wait. Speak it. Believe it. Receive it.
Let's see if Tunde gets that 5 million if his slogan pays off, but that's a different matter. Yeah,
how it's 5 million. What's happened? I like you said, Ra. I've been, and this rarely happens, ladies and gentlemen. I tried to enjoy a holiday this week by trying to do nothing. But boxing, I've literally done more shows than I've done in the last week than I've done in the last month. But big up to people. Big up Trey. Still gassed after the DDD. We're gonna get all the comments up, but let's get the pleasantries out of the way. Guys, first of all, we need to thank our sponsor in partnership and marriage, D-Rock Clothing. Ra is wearing such beautiful tracksuit in the summer. It's lovely stuff. They also have a summer collection on there as well. If you go onto the website for D-Rock, type it into Google, take you right there. Use the promo code iBoxingHub24, 40% off of your purchase, bro. 40%. You spend £100, you only need £60 there, or rupees, or dineros, or what have you. There is international shipping as well with a fee. Okay, but yeah, Ra.
Big up Jams, Neutral, all the fam, Tony Ellis, all the regulars. Yeah,
big up, special big up. Sorry, Ra. Special big up to Tony Ellis. I don't know if we're gonna see Saka, but big up to Tony Ellis and Saka. They've been with us from the beginning, and I always have to give them a nice little special shout out at the show. So, yeah, I think we're reaching our anniversary, Ra.
Really?
Are we? Yeah, it's fast approaching. I'm gonna get the date. Save the date, mate. I mean, Wilder, if he didn't give us unifications, he gave us quotables. Okay, but yeah, no, we are fast approaching the anniversary of the R&R hour, so something special for that one. But yeah, Ra, take me through, because obviously we have the topics up there. When it gets to 25 minutes, we're gonna drop the link so people do come through. Let's try and mix it up this time. Yeah, we do get the regulars, but let's try and mix it up.
Bukayo and Tony, you've been with us since the beginning. How about you come on? Show, let us know the real Bukayo and Tony. I mean, you don't need to show your face and give you.
Can you imagine if that was the real Saka and he just rolled up on like an Arsenal shirt? Like, I would absolutely fucking die. But no, big up to you guys, man. Honestly, it means so much that you guys have supported the show. I think we were like this, and obviously the roundup with our brothers BNG and Trey. These are the first shows, guys. So yeah, sorry if I always have to go into a little bit of a recap at the beginning of the shows, but it does mean a lot that you guys support us, and now we have sponsors and all this type of good shit. So we have overlays. We never had overlays before. Right? Well, we did, but you didn't have me looking like a fucking potato. So there we go. Anything for the fans. Ra, take us quickly. Let's just go through this Anthony Yard, Queensberry, Frank. Rod, lead us like Moses.
Yeah, Frank's been doing a couple of interviews today. It seems like there was another of these media lunches, which mean you have never been invited to.
Nah, shut up. You went to the Fisher one. You went to Matchroom fucking headquarters. Okay, you've been to Saudi. God knows how many. Ra, please.
I wasn't invited there. Yeah, I went as an uninvited, unwelcome guest. That's a different matter. But anyway, yeah, Frank, he's been talking about how he's sick of.
Shout out to Matty Lewis. We love you, bro.
He's sick of you know, all the drama with Anthony Yard. Apparently, his team didn't think he was getting offered enough to fight Boazzi.
How much?
Rumors are that they wanted up to around 5 million.
They wanted and weren't offered.
They wanted and weren't offered, and you know, then it was going to go to purse bids. And Frank's pointing out that, well, purse bids will show if you're worth that, because if there's someone willing to pay 5 million, they'll do it at a purse bid. So why are you?
Frank would have never let it go to purse bid. He's teaching a lesson here. He's teaching a valuable lesson, I think.
Anthony Yard, it has got to be one of the strangest decisions. Self-freezing out, if that's a thing. Like, who does that? Yeah.
You know what? This disease has been going on for a long time, right? And I know exactly where the disease starts from. I'm not going to say it. All I'm going to say is that this might be some of the biggest bag fumbling I've ever seen since the Great Wilder incident of 2016.
20 million. Yeah.
Listen, Wilder. Okay, we're not going to go into it because I want to let Wilder rest, man. I want him to fight Ortiz one more time and sail off in the sunset. But just to add on from that, what are you doing? You have the Frank will liaison with Benjamin J. Shalom and sort everything out. You'll get a nice purse, nice O2, fucking promoted everywhere, and then you'll get a Saudi bag if you win. Don't do this. Don't.
Listen,
Ra, speak some sense, just please.
What I would say is some people can't be saved. Yeah. Yeah, it's true. It's like you either get that interim world title shot, you hold out, ask to be on the 5v5 and get that Saudi bag.
No, but the Saudi bag, there's a gateway. The gate is Boazzi for the Saudi bag.
No, but I think Frank said he was offered both. So if he didn't want the Boazzi fight,
he was offered. I think he was offered Richards, right?
Yeah.
And obviously, when I interviewed, we both interviewed him or whatever. He said, you know, Craig and I are friends. It would take this amount, X, Y, Z. So look, let's cut the shit. Let's go straight to the meat and fucking potatoes of this whole thing. Queensberry are saying there's an obligation within the contract, and they're not being specific on it. I believe, you know, wording is everything, especially when you're looking at legal tweets out here. Yard is literally saying, Yard has said in tweet, he's not deleted that shit. Still up there. He said, Queensberry have said in writing that I fulfilled my contract. So I am a free agent to work with whoever and to work with Queensberry. If I'm Frank, I'm looking at that tweet. I'm messaging Elon and saying, can we put a dislike button finally? Because I've had enough of it. This is where I see it, Ra. How do we move forward? Is what I want from you. What are we hypothetically part of Team Yard now? We're all listen. We all want Boazzi Yard. It seemed there. How do we move forward from court cases and Jerry Springer? How do we move forward from this?
Sailed, dude. This, I think. No. Mentally, you have got to, look. Save yourself heartache. Yeah, some chicks, you know, they're gonna break your heart. Save yourself the problem. Yeah. Yard versus Boazzi. There's a very high chance that's like AJ v Wilder. It's not gonna happen ever. I can foresee Yard like now.
I'll be honest. I think that it was a good thing for Wilder. In hindsight and retrospect and evidence, I think absolutely. At that time of what AJ was doing, the fate saved that man's life. I'll be honest, but that's a discussion for another day. But in terms of, yes, we wanted Undisputed. We wanted it then. We want Boazzi, Yard. We want it now. Frank is pissed. Fuming, actually. Understandably so. Ra, why do you think that Frank would be pissed?
I'm guessing he probably he's probably not made his money back on the amount of investment he's made in Yard. Yeah. Talking to guys inside the industry, look, these crazy numbers that are bandied around in the business, believe you me, the majority of fighters aren't making money like that. And most fighters, promoters are losing money on them. So I'm guessing Frank has never broken even, or he hasn't made much money on Yard. And naturally he's going to be pissed because he's been in the business long enough to know how to write the contracts such that they will be watertight. And he wants to sort of make up some money on his investment. He wants a return on investment because not many fighters are the promoters going to make a return on investment. And Yard was one that he could have. And I reckon that he probably needed the Boazzi fight to happen for him to be able to say, okay, the 9 or 10 years I've spent money on this guy, building him up. All right, I've got a little bit of a return on it now. That's why I think he's pissed. But yeah, I don't.
Who do we side with in the court of public opinion? Because that's what seems to matter the most with everything. And then we're going to move on. We're going to have a little 5v5 recap because I've done it every single day this week and I'm fucking exhausted. So just very quickly on that one.
For once, I'm leaning towards the promoter. For once,
I
because he plucked this out of obscurity, got him 2 world title shots.
Yeah, this came out of nowhere. I want to see the in writing Raw. I want to see the dossier for Conor Ben. I want when we reach a certain age, Raw, I want this to be leaked like fucking the X-Files or the Roswell files and shit. I want all bits of documentation, contracts, all of that shit in an archive. Thank you.
It's interesting you say that because this business is the one business that there is, it seems like statute of liberty. What's the American term? Is it statute of liberties? The time frame before documents can be made to the public. Put it this way: people like Rocky Marciano and Sonny Liston, the truth of their contracts never did come out. To this day, we're still dependent on rumors and hearsay. So yeah, this is the one industry we will probably never get to the bottom of. Yeah.
Well, it's going to court. I think if we've learned anything from Amber Heard and it looks like it's going to court. I mean, if we're just looking at all of just everything, because Tunde's tweets, I love Tunde's tweets, man. They make me so just happy because Tunde is like, somebody tweeted him and he was just like, and he tweeted, who's next? Bearing in mind, Tunde was supposed to drop an announcement or whatever, like a week or so ago or whatever, and I think he might have been angry with me.
And I think his lawyers must have told him, look, shut up. You ain't a love. You don't know.
But let me take you just to yesterday or the day before, Raw. He tweeted again. And I love Twitter, man. I swear to God. He said, I've kept my mouth shut, but it's time for me to speak my truth or, you know, say whatever's been happening. Now, I've got his tweets on alert, and he's not said anything after that. I will continue to have his tweets on alert until I get what I want from this situation, which is information. But I've not messaged Tunde to ask him anything. I've not, you know, and I have a massive respect for him, Frank, and everything. It's just our job as journalists to just look at this, and I say journalists, but we're boxing fans. It's, you know, it's preventing us from having a fight that we've wanted for a long time. So hopefully they sort all of their shit out. Quick recap, Ra.
Recap. Listen.
5.
You've done it all week. Our colleagues have been doing it all week. So big up to the whole iBoxingHub fam. So I don't think we need to review the fights themselves. Well, I think
can we give a special appreciation, Ra, to a certain fighter?
We'll come to Daniel. Don't worry. You'll be able to big up Daniel in a bit.
I was going to say Nick Ball. We didn't know that it was Daniel Dubois. But you guessed right. But carry on.
I think actually, I mean, the fights have been probably analysed to death. I think let's just have a little quick talk about what next for both the winners and losers. So, starting
you
with
go first.
That needle match that kicked it off between Willie Hutchinson and Craig Richards. Craig's performance was disappointing. He's 34.
Ancestors are pissed.
Had some serious some question marks as to what he wants to do next. Certainly not saying he's shot or past it or anything like that, but he's 34, hasn't got time on his side. And yeah, I mean, what level does he drop down to? We don't actually know yet how good Willie Hutchinson's going to be. Hopefully they get on with making Hutchinson versus Boazzi, which will give us a better idea.
Still think the yard fight happens before that.
I mean, Hutchinson v Boazzi, I'm guessing Frank will be pushing for that. Does Boazzi want that? It's a bit of a.
What do you think? What do you think? Frank is just like, you know what? Fuck you.
Yeah, well, when you thought you were getting young, in like the biggest domestic fight for like what 10 years,
you're like, go on, Willie, go on, Willie, slap him like Chris Rock did.
So, yeah, I'm not convinced that will definitely happen either.
We love you,
and yeah, until it does, I don't know where Craig stands. What would you say? Someone like Craig against Dan Aziz, something like that might be good.
Mate, you've just given the perfect fight for the British title. 1,000,000%. I think I was thinking about that, but then obviously I want to see how Dan is off. Thing is though, like Dan has one of the best, and we've seen this in real life. Okay, Dan Aziz has one of the best jabs I've ever seen. Like his jab is just so solid. Like to go through Boazzi's guard like he did, you know, and it wasn't just a shutout for Boazzi. Yes, Boazzi, the right man won in the end, but you know, I really do rate Dan Aziz. You know, especially that jab he has. I think you know what, Ra? I think there's a pool of Lyndon Arthur, Dan Aziz, you know, Craig Richards. I think that these gentlemen just fight each other for the next year or so, and whoever comes out sort of on top, you know, you go for the British, go for the car. It's unfortunate in the light heavyweight division, Rob, because the belts are so tied up with Beterbiev and Bivol. You have to fight for secondary titles or international title, and it's just like it's, you know, it. But while you're waiting for that, you know, I would say all three of them fight each other.
Because look, a couple of them have had a go on Bivol and Beterbiev and got handled quite easily at that level.
Craig did well, right? Now I'm not going to let you swipe over Craig's performance there, buddy.
That's not swiping at him. Bivol will do that to anyone, but yeah, all right. Craig did better against Bivol than than a lot expected. But he's since lost, so unless you're saying Willie Hutchinson is close to Bivol's level, I'm sure even you ain't got the chutzpah to do that. And even
I'll always back the Brit. Listen, I think I need to identify the rules in this back the Brit business. Okay, I want the Brit to win, but I'm not a fucking idiot. All right, I understand that there's levels. However, I'm still gonna talk shit. I'm still gonna say, I'm still gonna give it large until I see my guy dealt with and sparked out, which has happened many, many, many times. So,
and then you'll have plenty of excuses ready, yeah.
Bro, I usually make up excuses before the fight happens of why they've lost.
You got like a pool of excuses, yeah.
You know what it is to be the head of the back the Brit society. You have to understand this is serious business, right? Okay, there's a lot of losses. I'm
do your prep.
I'm trying to get Keir Starmer to understand building a wall around Mexico isn't a bad idea. It's all right. It's actually okay. But anyway, we'll see what happens after the next election.
The featherweight fights. Ray Ford, I've got no worries about him. The weight making cost him. He's still a class operator.
Can we sing the song?
I think Ray Ford at super featherweight is going to soon be back pretty much at the top. I think he'll pick up a world title, at least one, possibly more. Nick Ball, though, it is the world's his oyster. I was talking to our colleagues Axel the other day, and I mistakenly said it seems like there ain't great fights because some of the fighters have moved up to super featherweight. But I'm thinking, wait a sec. But then a lot of the super bantamweights are refugees from Inoue.
Refugees.
Refugees from Inoue's invasion of super bantamweight. That's what they are. But you got Figueroa fighting Vargas. I'm sure he wants a second go on Vargas. I personally think Figueroa.
Okay, can we get that clipped?
You know, you got Fulton and Neri talking about either fighting for one of the belts or a final eliminator. Again, two refugees from Inoue fighting each other. So there are some great fights for Nick Ball. I think which ones would you like to see him fight?
First of all, he came in like a wrecking ball. I was so proud of Nick Ball. I remember actually just last week Thursday, we were giving our predictions and stuff, and Craig, that one I really wanted him to win. I can't lie. I predicted every single fight, to be honest with you, Rob. With Nick Ball, 100% Ball. Can we Neutral, big up to you, bro. Can we get Neutral's other comment, the new one up there, production? Wrecking Ball. Can we just keep it here for like 3 minutes? No, wait, no. Oh, thank you. Yes. Big up to 100% Ball. 126. He will conquer. Well, I don't know, because Nathaniel Collins, bro. Nathaniel Collins. I just think between feather, super, and lightweight. Oh my God! It's just there's refugees. There's all types of business. Right? I think we're gonna be treated a lot in terms of fights. But I want to see that fight at 130 pounds. I want to see Ray Ford. Not look as he knew what it was. I think this was absolutely a gamble. And I think you do this. A lot of fighters like Devin Haney and stuff towards the end of the 135, they gamble on the engine because cutting that weight is just ridiculous, man. And Nick Ball's engine, you could use it to power a spaceship going to Mars. It's just incredible. His engine,
I'll tell you what, if there's going to be another 5v5 at Wembley or later.
Oh, there is, Rob. There is.
there's options for Ford at super featherweight because obviously Anto Kakashi just took a belt off Matchroom when he beat Cordina. So there's an option there to get back on two fronts. So yeah, could be straight back in the mix of another 5v5. Does Matchroom have any featherweights left? I know Wood has just left featherweight.
Laura's left featherweight.
Laura
Warrington. Nah, Warrington. Get Warrington in, man. Nah, do it.
Josh Warrington.
No, Rob. No. If Eddie, as long as Eddie Hearn, as long as Eddie Hearn knows that he has guaranteed 14K at that stadium over there, fucking let Warrington, let him do what he wants. Give him any contract he wants. Get him in there for that Saudi bag, Eddie. Eddie Hearn, right? And he said this confidently for years, for years, ever since he signed him on that faithful night during Covidonia, when he got sparked out by Bronco Lara. Okay, and I actually really, I hate Mexico, but I there's exceptions to be made, and that young man, oh my God, it was superb. However, Eddie has always you and I literally we've had this Warrington conversation many times. Okay, the featherweight conversation. Both of us agree this man should stop, but no. I've changed my mind. Keep on going, buddy. Go in there like a wrecking ball. Go in there like Nick Ball, okay? Keep getting that bread. And Eddie, you want to get it back in blood for 5v5. Featherweight, get Warrington back in there. They'll probably send Nathaniel Collins. And I would pay good rupees to see that fight. Okay? I would give a limb to give that. Maybe even a left ball.
Leave ball alone now. Neutrals. Oh, of course, Neutrals also based in Liverpool now, so no surprise he thinks Hutchinson would beat Bivol and Beterbiev on the same night, and Ball would obviously blitz Inoue.
Ball versus Inoue, I reckon. Do you know the back the Brett?
Yeah.
I'll get a bus, Ra. I'll get a sponsored bus out there wherever the hell Nick Ball is and campaign. Okay, Inoue doesn't want to face Liam Davis. That's fine. He doesn't want to do it under a cold night under the lights in Telford. Inoue, I understand you don't want to chase that true greatness. We do have killers over here in the UK again. So yeah, I absolutely get it. But I love the great nation of Japan. I want to actually go there. Hopefully later on this year, beginning of next year. So yeah, iBoxingHub on tour.
Yeah, third fight in middleweight. All the buzz on the Twitter sphere is that Hamza Shiraz against Eubank is seems to be pretty much the talk is that it's
Eubank will never fight that man. I'll put any amount of rupees on it.
Dan Frost of the board, who's one of the few board officials that does tweet, he said it's out there.
What's out there? Chris Eubank Jr. has said no. Chris Eubank Jr. said no to 2 belts against Janibek. Right, he's rated number 1 in England currently.
You're right. It's just he just wants money. Janibek ain't a money fight,
which is fine. But somebody tweeted, right? Well, we always go back to X. Big up Elon. That that Chris doesn't need to fight Ham because Chris wants world titles and he wants the big fights and to be a world champion. Bollocks. All right. Hard B bollocks. That's nonsense. Chris wants a massive fight and a payday and fair play to him. All right. He's come to that stage in his career. He will never, ever fight Hamza Shiraz. I give it 5 rounds, bro. I give it 5 rounds. Slow will be in the building.
Abbas, he's going into full.
But Ra, how much do you think that Hamza got?
Hamza ain't a superstar, but Turki Al-Sheikh is back.
I bet if you look at that last purse, Ra, I bet that's a superstar purse. His last one, guaranteed.
Yeah, all of these guys are getting subsidized by essentially the Saudi state. Yeah. For whatever reasons, we won't go into that. But
no. It's not whatever reason. Raza hater, and I get it. Turki Al-Sheikh is literally taking boxing right now and unifying it, like all 4 Infinity Stones. 5, I think. Incredible stuff.
All I'm saying is the amount they're paying is above market rate. None of these guys are.
It's always going to be like that.
They're not generating those sort of sales. No, I mean, in America, it's based on what you actually sell. Here, it's the Saudi state basically putting up the cash. They're not making a return on it. So,
when you first come into the market, you're going to be aggressive with it. But the thing is that they can afford to do what they're doing forever.
Yeah. All I'm saying is that's why I think the fight could happen, because I think Turki Al-Sheikh might just say to Eubank, "Look, how much do you want? All right, get into the ring with Hamza. Here's your bag. Here's your retirement. Your pension plan. There you go. Take it." And then he'll probably get whooped, and then probably still hang around.
And I'll give him massive respect for it. I will give Chris Eubank all the respect in the world. I always respect boxers anyway, in some way, sort of fashion. But if Chris actually gets in with a real hardcore contender like Shiraz, fair play. I'll take back 45% of what I've said currently. Just going on, obviously, onto the next fight, Ra. And then we're going to drop the link below. Who was the next fight?
The next fight was Dubois against Hrgović. What happened there? Do you remember by any chance?
I mean, I'm all over the fucking internet with my reaction for it. But, I mean, Ra, I had people DMing me knees. I'm not going to say whose knees they were. And I hope you all had a terrible, terrible day when you did that shit. But let's just, for God's sake, let's look at this young man. Post-virginity Dubois is an assassin. Okay, he is unrivaled in. Actually, wait, let me take that back. He is unparalleled in terms of pure grit, headbutt determination. Okay, Dubois had not an ounce of quit in him. He absolutely laid the smackdown on the good brother Hrgović. Everybody knows I've never been Raw as well. We've never really been sold on Hrgović. I think he does well against lesser opposition, like most good is. But when he fought Zhang, now coming against Dubois, I think there was a certain period in Hrgovic's life and career, and I'm not going to say what it is, but it's left a psychological impact on him, because there's things that Hrgović, he seemed gassed. He just seemed tired. Like it wasn't, I don't know. He thought because he sparred Daniel and probably beat the shit out of him, that this is going to happen in the great kingdom of Saudi Arabia. But nay. And I just want to give a massive shout out to Don the Goat Charles. We've all seen the amazing career that one Derek Cizora's had, and Don Charles seems to be it's like Cheech and Chong. It's poetry in motion. Daniel, wait, Rob, before I give the mic to you, Daniel put out a video that you can go onto his Instagram and see. And he said, "Yo, Hrgović, I hear you calling everybody out, but I'm the daddy." Never more powerful words spoken in a call-out video, Ra. I think it might be one of the greatest ever, considering what happened. God bless you, Daniel Dubois. God bless the Dubois name, and God bless Don Charles. Thank
you. You know, I think the important factor in all of this is not this Brazilian chick that's, you know, giving him, you know,
God bless her.
stages of heaven that he didn't know existed. It's not that. I think it's his dad. He admitted it as much. When he was feeling like he was getting tired against Miller, Uncle Frank told his dad, you go and sit by the corner and tell your son. He only, and you know, our Uncle Beats, he was the first to notice this.
Big up Uncle Beats.
He said after the Usyk fight that Daniel only responds to his dad, that they need to get his dad in the corner. So Uncle Frank listens to Uncle Beats. Yeah. And
I don't think, no, I think what his dad did, his dad came to the ring, had his phone out and showed him his girl's Instagram. Daniel said,
I don't think his
don't
dad's
worry, I'm in.
Sometimes
That's all it is. That's all it is. His dad is literally just there, like, just covering everything.
I think
and then he goes and whips some ass.
He's more scared of his dad than any opponent. If his dad tells him, right, get to work.
Is Daniel African? What is Daniel?
No, I think he's
Nigerian.
They're Caribbean.
Oh, Jamaican.
No, they're not Jamaican.
St. Kitts. Daniel seems St. Kittsy to me. Anyway,
listen. When you interview him, you can ask him. But
mate, I try. Like it's tough interviewing Daniel Dubois. I'll be honest with you.
As we were saying though, what next? Do you want him to fight AJ at Wembley?
You know what it is, Raw? That's a heartbreaking fight. It was a good run, Daniel, while it lasted. I'll be honest, Jesus. But Frank can call his dad, his uncle. They can get a shaman to resurrect his great granddad or whatever. Doesn't matter. AJ will whip the shit out of that young man, and I don't want that. Frank, you know what? Fight Zhang next. And then once you beat the Zhang, get him on there. Then, okay, we look and assess AJ. Don't do AJ straight away, bro, because Daniel was getting hit by Hrgovic, right? And he was getting hit. There were some clean shots that Hrgovic gave him. If AJ's got dynamite in both hands, bro. AJ, no, but this is the thing. Yeah, but that's fine. If he gets past Zhang, go for AJ, Daniel. As a proud fan father, I'll give you my blessing. But this one here, nah, don't do that. Not now. No.
All right. Let's see what they do. What about Hrgovic? He, after all his arrogance, he's disappeared. Do you think? Well, he said he'll retire. I doubt he will, but do you think he's going to go missing for a long period while he sulks over this?
No, I think what he should do. How old is Hrgs? Like 27 or something?
He's young. He's about 31, 32, something like that.
Oh, is he 31? Oh, okay. What he needs to do, him and his team. If you guys ever watched our Hour, I'm going to ask production this, and I promise you will have a great. Go and get a sports psychologist. Yeah, go get a sports psychologist and take half a year. Take half a year. Keep yourself in shape, everything or whatever. The sports psychologist and get an actual therapist and deal with what you need to deal with, my guy. No, Mr. Styles, this is not savage. It's not me going in on Hrgovic or laughing at him or anything like that. I'm actually saying this as a fan and somebody who would like to see him back at his best. Because let's be honest, Ro, we've not seen him at his best since
unless that is what we've seen is the best.
I don't think so. I don't think so. Even though I'm mad gassed about the Daniel win and the banter, no one escapes the banter. I still think that Hrgović is or can be a great fighter, but he needs to get a sports psychologist now, spend half a year there, and a therapist, because there's things he needs to get through and understand. Because he fights, like, I understand what the mental block for him is, you know, like I really, really do. And because there was a fight, I think it was the Zhang fight or before that one before, and something significant happened to Hrgović, and he's not been the same since, you know, because did his dad train him? His dad was his trainer.
Who? Hrgović? No.
Yeah. No, his dad didn't train him. Oh, okay, cool. So anyway,
not so there.
Sports therapist, psychologist, and a therapist. 6 months, hit it heavy, stay in shape. He'll come back an absolute demon. I'm telling you, because he does have skills. But let's go.
The final one. Zhang,
my fave.
There's talk of Zhang having a homecoming in China. If it's a good fight, I might go to that. I haven't pissed them off yet.
I want to go,
unless my data is getting transferred to CCP Central, which could happen because I.
You know what? No, it's when you say stupid shit like this. You lead with a nice little joke, and then it goes into I'm angry because this. Can we just not? Because I want to go with you to these places, but I don't want to be put in the dark room with a man with a glove. I love. Bro,
but yeah,
every day.
Who do you think there is for Zhang? Because there's no one's exactly going to queue up to fight him.
I think, well, American heavyweights are in the mud. I think the winner of Ruiz Miller, I think that would be a good fight. I think.
Okay. But if they're talking about doing it in,
there's the winner of Babbage. There's the winner of Babbage, Johnny Fisher. I think why not? If he does beat Babbage, then yeah, don't look at me like that. I think shout out to the Romford Bull and Essex as a whole and as an establishment. We love you. Yeah, I mean, what Anderson is fighting. Well, I've heard a rumor that, and I'm trying to get Salita. I should have him in the next day or so. But I'm hearing a rumor that Anderson will be fighting our guy Jermaine Franklin. Big up to him. That's my guy. So that would be a good fight.
You talking about Franklin? You talking about Franklin?
Yeah, Jermaine Franklin.
He's gonna fight who?
I'm hearing Anderson, but Anderson is fighting. Who's he fighting? He's on the Saudi card now, Bakole'S. So, that's actually a rumor that he told me. Guess not, buddy. But yeah, obviously there's Jermaine Franklin. There's, bring Wilder back, man. Bring Wilder back for one more. Nah, come on.
That's the only one who's given a credible one. Parker, the rematch, and he's got the interim belt. Because if they want to fill out a stadium, it's got to be meaningful.
Not really.
Franklin,
bro. What do you mean? China's never had a heavyweight like Zhang. Zhang could sell out with Jerry Forrest. Big up to Jerry Forrest. Production, clip this right now. Big up to my guy Jerry Forrest. Gave Zhang the hardest fight of his life. Gave Zhang organ failure, bro. He beat what's his name? Well, he didn't beat him officially, but we all know who actually won. Michael Hunter. Jerry Forrest. I'm gonna message him right now. I'm messaging him right now. I'm messaging Jerry Forrest. Jerry Forrest. Yeah.
All right.
I think Jerry Forrest. Wait, no, you were not going to let no Wilder, Deontay Wilder, and then we're going to put the link.
I was going to say, let's put the link. Any viewers want to join in for the last 20 minutes or so. If the producer, if you could put the link in, thank you. And yeah, last but not least, Wilder. Is it retirement? Is it bridgerweight? Is it I don't know what? After Fury gets stopped by Usyk, that what do you want to see happen to Wilder?
Can we bring Abbas's comment up there, production? I'll go first. Before we get any guests up, we'll go a little bit over. If Rod needs to go, I will stay. We'll get guests on. And
I'm inclined to think retirement. Retirement. Why? The guy's nearly 40. He's suffered another bad concussion. What? Oh, actually, if he's going to fight anyone, maybe someone like Dillian White. Because White
give me Dillian White Wilder. Perfect.
They've both suffered some bad knockouts. They're both older. And it's a needle fight. They're both as vulnerable as each other. So, yeah, I would say if he wants one more go, maybe that. But the correct thing would be to retire. Like I said, when you're nearly 40, you suffered 2 bad concussions. You know, the long-term health effects is what he's got to be concerned about now. But there you go. That's my view on it. What do you want to do?
Before I continue, I would like to put a disclaimer out here that I respect Deontay Wilder. Respect, obviously, got into boxing, won a bronze medal for his daughter. She had spina bit, all of that stuff. Love you, Deontay. I respect you as a man and as a human being. Now we go into the bronze bomber, who's the boxer. You know what's been funny over the last 3 or 4 fights with Deontay is that every single time I've said to everybody, it doesn't go past this round, or he gets chipped in this round. And every single time that's what happened. I said within 6 rounds. I was generous. I said 5. And then I was like, nah, halfway there. Okay. I believe in him. But at the end of the day, and this is so important, Deontay Wilder's lesson and career is so important to people and young fighters coming through. Please, even if you're coming through at 19, 20, 21, 25, whatever it is, you must learn basic boxing skills. Not just the jab, right? You need to learn movement. You literally need to learn to come in and out of range, cut the ring. You need to invest in these things, right? Because it's been proven you can be 19, 20 and be a world champion and all this type of stuff. Wilder, Mark Breland tried and they kicked him out of that camp. And ever since Mark Breland has been out here on jobfc.com, Wilder has been getting chinned.
Jams has
Do you know what he did, Ra? Do you know what he did? And this is really Ra. I want to speak to you about this, right? Because this is not spoken about enough, and I understand why. Because it's fucking embarrassing. He got hit, and he looked at the ref like someone threw something from the crowd and hit him, and he was like, "Yo, hang on, wait, what?" And he turned around, and then Zhang banged him. And fucking knocked him spark out. As a world former champion, big up Mr. Styles, I'll introduce you in a sec. But as a former world champion, right? What does the ref tell you? Protect yourself at all times. Have a good one, gentlemen. He protected him. Give me White Wilder. Give me White Wilder. Let me complete this saga. Give me what I need in my life. Okay? Give me Deontay Wilder versus Dillian White. Please, God. Mr. Styles, big up to you.
Apologies, Jen. I just have to step away for a bit. I've got a bit of a family issue. I will try and be back, but take it away without me. And please discuss Martin Bakole finally getting the chance to show that those sparring stories up in Scotland count for something against the American Golden Boy. And neutral, Steve, I'm sure you being a Scotsman, you've adopted Martin, haven't you?
Absolutely.
So
Martin Bakole, he's 60% Scottish now.
Take it away, gents. I'll be back shortly.
Big up, Ricco.
Welcome, guys. Much love to you, my guys. We have my brother, compadre, Mr. Stevie, aka Neutral's Hard Talk, which is killing the airwaves bi-weekly. Every Friday. I think we have one this Friday, so check that shit out.
Tomorrow night.
So
Yeah.
my brother. Big up to you, bro. Mr. Styles, styling as usual, a fan favorite. Well, guys, you know, you've heard Ryan and I speak in regards to the 5v5. I really don't want to go into it because it's all we've been speaking about. What I want to talk about and what I want to ask you guys about is His Excellency Turki Al-Sheikh is giving us a 5v5 in America. You know, America, some people would say. It's incredible. I don't know, production, do we have all the fights for that 5v5? If we don't, that's fine. But we have Jared Anderson on there fighting Bakole'S. One of the most random fights I think I've ever, like, that is just random city. Obviously Crawford, fighting Magridov. Madrimov, I do apologize. Yes, we have Cruz, Venezuela. We have Andy Ruiz, Miller, Andy Cruz versus Moran. Morel, man. Obviously a favorite of Stevie's. Wait, Stevie, let me just do the things. Martin Bakole'S, Jared Anderson, Morel, Calais. I'm not even going to try and do that. Stevie can do it in his Scottish accent. Cruz and Moran. It's a sensational card, guys, to be honest with you. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to come through individually, and as we go through each fight. So we're going to go from the bottom to the top. Production, can you just spin that one there? Just, let me see which one is. Yep. Cruz, Moran, Stevie. I'm going to go with you because you excite me the most. And then we're going to go with Mr. Styles, the resident, and then Viso, my dog.
Andy Cruz. Straight into the professional ranks from a severely successful amateur and Olympic career. Straight into 10 rounders. My guy's going to win inside 5 rounds. Okay, that's shot.
Dude, I didn't expect that to be so quick. Go on, Mr. Styles.
I gotta agree with Neutral on this one. I see Cruz taking it in this one, and maybe inside of, I would say, maybe 4 or 5 rounds.
Right, Viso, you go, and then I want to ask you a bonus question.
Okay, so yeah, I like Andy Cruz, man. Brilliant fighter, and Olympic, champion. I just think it's a higher pedigree than Moran, who I think is just a 1-2 fighter, very long guy. So I got this guy stopping him within 6 rounds. So that's my pick, Andy Cruz.
Bonus question. Do we think that Andy Cruz is young or Cuban young?
Cuban young.
Yeah, Ricco, don't you think that's a little bit ageist?
What?
Don't you think that's a little bit ageist?
Don't you think this is my show, and I'll fucking ask the bonus questions I'm going to ask? So, as it's my show, and I can ask the fucking bonus questions that I want to fucking ask. Can I?
Mate, you got tangled.
Can I get Viso? Can you answer the goddamn question, please? If that's okay.
Okay. All right. Look, he's young in Cuban years.
Cuban young.
Yes.
Can you use the phrase? We got much.
It means
okay.
there's some added years to that.
Not even complicated at all.
Still laughing at that.
Production, can we get the
dear.
We have Neutral. I'm going first. You're going first on this one. I need you to pronounce his opponent's name. David Morrell versus
Kalasic.
Rob, how can you do that in a Scottish accent? I'm out here cruising.
We got very close ties to the Polish. I'm 5% Polish.
I'm actually 2% Polish, but anyway, well, that's a discussion for another day. But Nooch, this is your guy, bro.
Well, David Morrell. I've been on this guy for about 2 years, ever since he became WA interim champion. And he's got the division running scared at 168. He's had to move to 175. And once again, he's got them all scared. But once he disposes of Kalasic within 5 rounds, you've got to say a lot of people will not have many excuses to, stop this guy coming for the big boys. Because once he does it in tremendous Cuban style, that I know he is capable of, it's a smash and grab. So, yeah, David Morrell inside 6 rounds.
Viso, we'll go with you, and then the styling, Mr. Styles.
You're not gonna ask me that bonus question again, are you?
Viso, can you?
Okay, all right.
Thank you, Viso.
Shut up, you Mr.
No,
Styles.
you never give Julius this amount of shit. Anybody that goes to fucking Ring IQ's lives and his shows, no one gets this amount of crap or, hey, well, bonus crazy. None of this. None of that. Okay? You're all falling in line. But me, do you know what I mean? He's slightly more beige than me. It's just summer. Okay? Anyway, Viso, carry on.
Yeah, man. Like Morrell, again, I'll say the same thing, man. Just a different caliber of fighter than his opponent. I don't even know much about Kalasic, which I knew him, but I don't. So I'm gonna pick Morrell based on, the recency bias of what I've seen from him. He just dispatches his opponents, man. I think he can knock him out. Don't know which round, but I got it by knockout.
It's a mismatch.
Thank you so much, production. We have a sensational fight here, gentlemen. I wanted the Battle of the Babies. I believe that could have been a historical monument, not just in boxing, but just in life anyway. But yes, we have Martin Bakole versus Jared Anderson. Bakole obviously has my love and admiration for what he did over there in France by destroying that. he was the goal. He is the gold medalist for boxing that 1 year, pending stripping. I God bless you, Martin Bakole. God bless you, and that's just from me. But I want to hear from the guests, Mr. Styles. We have America's. Oh yeah, you're Canadian. Okay, what do you think, Mr. Styles, about that fight?
Oh, I didn't hear you cut out there about which.
Jared. Yeah, that was Biden. That was Biden. Biden cut it out when I said Canada.
It's Alaskan Wi-Fi's running off, stealing it from Canada.
Starling. Mr. Styles, Jared Anderson, big baby Anderson.
This was like a kind of like a random fight, but to be announced, to be quite honest with you. But I feel like both guys want to move up in the division. Why not fight each other, and why not on a big card like this one? I mean, I could see it. I mean, Jared's last performance, I don't know if he brings that same energy that he brought in his last performance. I think Martin's just gonna run over him. To be honest with you, I really think so. I mean, he can't say that, and he's going to live up to the nickname Big Baby. That's for sure. I mean, that's for sure. But
he cries, bro.
If he brings the same performance that he did in his last fight, Jared,
nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with crying on Roy Jones' shoulder. I would do it. I would do it for less. Carry on. No, sorry.
But to the point, if he brings the same performance he did in his last fight with Top Rank, Martin's just going to eat him alive. I'm sorry, but he just is. And I see Martin taking him out. So it's okay. I see Martin taking him out in maybe like inside of 5 rounds by knockout.
That'd be beautiful. If Big Martin, having got rid of the French Golden Boy, then gets rid of the American Golden Boy.
So
big up Congo. You know, our brothers Chris and
Trey.
Yes,
Trey.
Congo flag. Hopefully they'll be.
Well, I'm Zimbabwean, so yeah. I mean, I'm actually British. I'm British now, ladies and gentlemen. I am a British citizen right now. So yeah, thank you, Stevie.
You got there in the end.
Where was I? Viso, you're in Mexico now. What does Mexico think about Jared Anderson versus Bakole? You know, Bakole, the French slayer.
Listen, Ricco, I would rather fucking like sneak into Mexico than be here.
You can't sneak into Mexico when you're in Mexico, bro, unless there's and things in there.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Isn't there a wall there now?
Yeah, but yeah, you know what?
So tell us what Mexico thinks.
What happened?
Tell us what Mexico. I mean, tell us what you think about the fight.
Tell us what Mexico thinks. Fuck's sake.
Guys, can we mute, please, while Viso is. It's.
Yes, please. Let me carry on. So yeah, this fight is quite a litmus test for Jared Anderson, man. I don't know how much is his fight repertoire, skill sets has improved, man. Because his last fight, was a bit underwhelming. I don't even remember what happened in his last fight. I guess it ended in a TKO, but Jared Anderson fights really sloppy, man.
Viso, bonus question.
Although. Yeah, go ahead.
No, carry on. No, you carry on first and then.
No, I was just about to say that, I'm not a fan of him trying to fight tall. So he's going to fight a bigger guy. And what he's going to have to do, and this might also help, Dubois against Joshua, is to duck underneath the hooks against a bigger foe. So he's going to have to get rid of that pullback, those pullbacks from his guard. Because he's gonna get hurt badly, and I think Bakole has a nice jab. Guy dispatched, Olympic champion in Yoka, who was supposed to be French AJ, didn't turn out to be that way.
Who the hell said that?
Hey, I've heard some rumblings, but
tell them to fuck.
Jared is, I'll show. With Jared Anderson, there's big expectations because you're supposed to be the next big, American heavyweight. And so far you've been brought up very slowly. And I think this is a bit of a step-up fight for him. Bakole has lost to the likes of Michael Hunter, where to me, when I first heard that, I was like, yo, there's no way. So I have to watch that fight for reference and see what he could do against a Bakole. Maybe he has improved since that loss, but I think I'm gonna pick Bakole for this one. I don't know if I trust Anderson if he's really improved as a fighter. So I'm going with Bakole.
Just a bonus question, lads. Just before we go to you, Ra, do we think that the man, and he obviously gave up his belt to AJ in emphatic fashion. Do we think that Charles Martin took a lot out of Jared Anderson? Do we spiritually, mentally, physically? Do we think because that he had that fight and he cried to Roy a couple weeks later? I want to hear what you guys have to say about that. No one. All right, I guess we'll move on to something else.
By the way, is Bakole a southpaw? Or is it
I don't think Bakole knows what he is, in fairness. I think if I see an in shape to whatever in shape Bakole is, the Yoka, if I see the French Slayer, it's hard losses for America.
If the Bakole from the Yoka fight turns up against Jared Anderson, it's over within 3 rounds.
Oh no. Okay, nah. I'll give him. Nah. Like
Jared
7, 8.
Anderson is absolute rubbish. I just don't understand this hype for him. And number 7
Is
in the in the heavyweight rankings, Bakole'S. No, he's 10% Scottish and
I'll
Nigerian.
tell you what, Anderson.
Nah.
Stylistically, Anderson
I'll assess the application.
I think that's where the hype is.
Jared Anderson's absolute rubbish.
He
He wouldn't beat Fabio Wardley, who's not even in the top 15 in the world.
I think his skill set is good, but he's clearly mentally weak, and
his heart's not in it, right? I agree with you. He's got 0 heart in the game of boxing.
No, it's okay to cry.
He should get out. He should get out. Go do something else.
It's okay to cry. We're not. Here at iBoxingHub, we're not putting out.
Virtuoso, what part of the US are you from?
Mexico.
New Mexico.
Yeah, I'm in
New, old, whichever one, same thing.
Oh, Ricco, you were half right.
I'm in New York.
Okay, because yeah, you know what the YB calls epidemic times. You know, listen, us in Europe and Canada, listen, our test levels are like they're gone. We're like our gonads have stopped working like decades ago. America, it's taken a bit longer, but Anderson has shown it's caught up. You know, now 23-year-olds are crying, and
it's okay to cry.
Yeah,
it's okay to cry.
Can you imagine a 22? Can you imagine a 23-year-old Muhammad Ali when he beat Sonny Liston in the ring for the second time? Second time. Going,
Steve,
I'm only 23.
Yeah, but if Ali
get to fuck.
No, Stephen, if Ali at 50, 10 years old, whichever. If Ali is looking at me and like, what did Roy say to him? He was like, we want to know who. No, he was no. Wait, hold on, Beso. Wait, he. What did Roy say? Roy said, who is Jared? I felt that.
Nothing.
That was spiritual.
He's not even number 1 in America.
But it unlocked a childhood memory, bro.
You know what?
I've seen it, and he was like, "Well, I'm only
listen." Roy was crying with him because he knew it was over. That just meant that America had no hope. That's why he was.
Nah.
Virtuoso.
But here on but wait. Before, let me put this
facts.
We all here at iBoxingHub. We. It's Mental Health Awareness Month or something, or it was last month. Anyway, for men, it's
Happy Pride, by the way, Ricco.
It's okay to cry, especially during this month. It's
Happy Pride Month.
It's all right. Happy Pride Month to everybody, and it's all right to cry, guys. All right, and
put it this way: if you cry on my show, get to fuck. You're not on again.
Yeah. Hard talk, soft talk is after 12 a.m. like a Diddy party. Andy Ruiz versus. Oh, sorry, go on, bro.
Do you guys think that his team have like lost patience, and this is basically like sink or swim? If you ain't up to it, you're gone.
Yeah.
Or they just nurture him along, as you say. Tell him it's okay to cry.
Nah, Turkey came a knocking. No. And said, "This is question. And this is Turkey said, sent an email, important. Open that thing up. This is how much. This is who. Yes or no." Ben Shalom intercepted that email and said yes on his behalf.
How can you have Jared Anderson turned down to
a PLC
when the most he's ever done is what, $1.5 million plus? You know
what card is he on? Big
he's cheap as chips.
I'm telling you something, Steve. I know. I'm not going to say who the fighter is, but it was 2 Turkey cards ago, right? And I know. Sick. that fighter should not have earned the amount of money for the performance that he did. But I know the amount he got, and it was millions. Yeah,
ridiculous. 8 million, just to be exact. But
listen, if he's getting that, what are these? What are they getting? There's no. I mean, like even just how the
they're
tax
going to
works
get
in
no
America.
more.
God.
No. Don't think that because it's in America they're going to want more. No.
No, they're getting
the money. The money
but
to be earned
neutral.
is in Riyadh. They're
Yes.
getting just
No,
above
but that's
what
a
they were
Turkey
getting
card.
before.
No, but that's a Turkey card with Turkey money. Okay, it's not like he right now where they are. Even though it's a government, they're attacking the market aggressively. I wouldn't be surprised if they started buying networks outright. If I'm honest with you, if they
I
broke
don't
it,
think
they
they'll
would have.
start with networks.
It would go.
They'll start with promoters.
I don't think though, but you want to be the showcase for the promoters. You don't want to buy a promoter.
Oh yeah, of course,
You want to buy a
I know what you
network.
mean.
You want a platform, and you can do whatever you want with it. Because if we're looking at, remember when people said that DAZN was never, and big up to the good brother Wilder, man. Always, there's always an example. Crash out. It's never gonna do this. XYZ. Now they have 300 million subscribers. They want to hit like a bit, bruv. No, let's just leave it. But I want to hear
serious numbers.
But I want to hear from Mrs. Styles for which fight was that one? And no, Miller Ruiz. Right, we've come to the Premier de la Creme. Fuck, I hate saying French.
There's
as
a
the Canadian
whole
here,
creme between them two being eaten. You can tell.
we'll save the jokes for after. Let's just get the guests out the way. Mrs. Styles, what do you think about Big Baby and Big Ruiz? Is he Mexican, Viso?
Who, Ruiz?
Yeah.
No, he's American.
Yeah, he's American, but Mexican.
New York City.
He's born in America, though.
Yeah.
Yep.
So wait, Mexicans still don't have a world champion at heavyweight.
They
No.
had.
Who?
Mr. Styles, carry on. You know.
John Ruiz. John Ruiz was
Puerto Rican.
Oh, there you go then.
Carry on.
So it's never.
Puerto Rico, world champion.
Let's kill me that one.
Mr. Styles, dude.
Okay.
Yeah, thanks, Mr. Styles. Right. I'm only joking. On you go, son.
No choice.
That is only the start of it, son. Don't you worry.
But when was the last time Andy Ruiz fought? I mean, honestly, when was the last time he actually fought?
Oh, he fought another Mexican.
What was that?
What's my guy's name, man?
That
He
was
actually scored a no, Chris Ariola.
Yep.
No, didn't he fight Ortiz last?
I think
Yes.
that was before.
I don't know.
You're probably right. It probably was Ortiz.
Yeah, no, it was. He fought the young Cuban killer, Mr. Styles.
So, okay, so he's been very inactive, Andy Ruiz, since the last fight. So if I have to pick someone, I'm going to pick his opponent in this fight because his opponent has actually stayed active and stayed, ready for fights at heavyweight. And I feel like Andy, it depends on what kind of Andy we're going to see. We're going to see the Andy that fought AJ the first time? What type of Andy we're going to see? But I feel like for his opponent, I think he might shock Andy in this fight, but I could see it going to points. But I see him taking it. I see him winning by shocking like TKO or knockout, to be honest. Because Ruiz has been very inactive, so I just feel like it depends on the night of the card which version of him we're gonna see. But I just don't see it.
You got Miller.
Yeah, I got Miller in this fight. 1000%.
Canada
by
has Miller.
Yeah, by decision or by TKO or knockout.
No, bro, you can't do that. You've said every way that they could possibly win. You got to pick one of them.
Decision.
Okay.
Decision.
Trying to Google translate Spanish. Viso, ¿qué pasa? Oh, mate, I can't do that. Viso, can you? Viso, I want to know who you got in this fight.
So it's gonna be Ruiz against who again? Who's he fighting?
Big baby.
Ruiz, big baby Miller. Recently, a lamb slaughtered, and a baby adopted by Dubois.
Yeah, he got adopted by Dubois, indeed, and he's been a bad little boy. So now he's gonna get spanked again by Ruiz.
No, did he?
I got Ruiz by TKO. That gas tank of his post Big Pharma days, it's done. So I'm picking Ruiz in this one, even with the win activity, and Miller did not impress me the last time out. So I'm picking Ruiz.
Okay. Stevie?
Oh, it's too easy. Andy Ruiz with inside 4-round by knockout. Big baby.
Okay.
Just hasn't got it. Andy Ruiz will be hungry. And yeah. And he's lost a lot of weight, Andy Ruiz, so I'm expecting a very energetic performance.
You're expecting a very hungry Ruiz. Fair play, Stevie. Who do you have in this colossal battle of titans, which they would more than likely have to reinforce that ring, guys? So.
Got to go with Andy Ruiz. Don't think he hits as hard as Dubois though. So yeah, I think showed that big
trust the half speed raw.
AJ might disagree with you there.
Guys, let's the co-host land and we'll.
I think it'll go to points. I think by the end, is it 10 rounds? Yeah, I think by the
fucking 10 rounds.
It'll be getting battered, but I don't think. Well, actually, I suppose Andy could stop him late by accumulation.
Yeah,
but I don't think it'll be an early fight because if Dubois couldn't get him out early, I don't think Ruiz can. So I'd say late stoppage or points for Ruiz.
I'm gonna go Miller. Because I want AJ v Miller, and because I just love chaos in all shapes and forms, ladies and gentlemen. I just love it. And also I would like a little bit of nice karma on Ruiz for treating his career like a piece of shit. Personally,
there's something to be said with that.
Honestly, it's something that I would actually say to Ruiz. Very lovely gentleman-like conversation. I'll just be like, I'm very disappointed in how you.
Yeah, but Ricco, I'd love to buy the autobiography one day of Randy.
I wouldn't.
Why?
What is it? It's a fucking. It's a workout plan. It's how to just not do stuff that you should have been doing when you have momentum and things going on. They had him and Ortiz on pay-per-view, bro. Like, listen, I have a certain amount of banter that I like to distribute. Actually, it's a lot. But seriously, Ruiz, if you do win, just do something.
Be active, yeah.
No, I don't care. Just something after where I'm not gonna take the piss, because if you do what you've been doing, carry on taking the piss, bro. It's just something. It's got to be done. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls of all ages, we've reached the finale, and we've also gone quite a lot over tonight's show, which is thank you to Ra, first of all, my co-host. Thank you, obviously, to our guests. we have Crawford versus Stevie. Pronounce the name for me, please.
Madrimov.
We're gonna go with Mr. Styles on this one first, and then my co-host will come through last after we wrap up what you guys have to say. Crawford, the slayer of Spence. Spence has never been the same since. His camp and life has not been the same since. I know that we have a good brother, Trey, who was a massive Crawford fan. He backed Spence to lose against Crawford. So big up to you, Trey. Not really a Spence fan, is Trey. Mr. Styles, how do you see the fight going?
Decision for Crawford. Yeah, I mean, I just feel like the last few of his fights, I mean, he knows how to execute his game plan. He knows how to pick apart his opponents. Just like he really knows how to he just really knows how to pinpoint everything just perfectly. He just knows how to follow through. So I'm going with Crawford by decision, to be honest.
Big up to you, Mr. Styles. Mexico, Viso.
I got Crawford. It's a possibility he might knock him out. But yeah, so. I mean, yeah, I think decision could be more plausible, but I can see how. I don't think Madrimov, is really as much as fleet as foot as Crawford, in my opinion. I think he's good, but not as great as Crawford. And he could pretty much, hit him with shots from angles he doesn't see. So those are the ones that hurt the most, and he's very good at that. He could knock him out that way. Not one hitter quitter power, but he does have concussive power. Could be a TKO. But for me, if I would be more pragmatic, it'd probably be a unanimous decision. So I got Crawford winning that one. And let me just say real quick, I hear a lot of people sleep on Madrimov. Listen, man, he's not a walk in the park, man.
He's really good. He's really good.
Yeah, he is, man. I've heard people say he's like Triple G. Not quite, maybe in the face, but yeah, he has kind of that, inside boxer style. He's good at that, and I've been entertained by him for the last 4 years. So put some respect on that guy's name, man. For those people out there.
Absolutely. Please, guys, go check his fights out. This guy, he's only had 10 pro fights, like most guys down that side, decorated amateur. I think he's only got 1 draw, 10 wins. I think most of them by knockout, if I remember correctly. I think he actually fought during COVID in the middle of New York or somewhere there. But massive fan of this guy, man. He's if Crawford beats him the way that I think he will, Crawford's
he was robbed of a knockout.
Was it his last fight? He was robbed of a knockout. Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
It was back in 2020. I remember the show. Matchroom did a card.
What? The one in New York? Yes. Yeah. I remember
Chicago. That. It was during COVID. And
it was during COVID, but it was in the middle of the street. Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, and they denied him of that, but the guy was laid out. Wasn't he late? I need to go watch that fight back. But
yes, he was.
He was absolutely laid the fuck out, whatever, and they didn't give him the knockout.
Robbed him of a fight, knockout of the year. That's what it was.
I remember that. That was mad. Stevie G.
Shock. Madrimov stoppage round 5. Accumulative punching. Referee stops it. It's a mussy call. Crawford is just severely outworked, outpunched, and the Eastern European Madrimov will be victorious and become a unified champion.
No, he won't. There's only the WBA belt on the line.
I thought there's 2.
There's 2. That is 2. The WBO is on the line as well.
There's WBO as well.
Oh, what? They took it off Fundora?
Yeah, they stripped him quick.
Yeah, man. He stripped straight away after that last fight.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, good on him.
Ferrara?
All right, you know my feelings towards Bud. Pause. Yeah, I think it'll be a hard fight relatively by Bud standards, in the sense that I think it'll go the distance, but I think he'll be the winner. Won't be like a shutout or anything. I think Madrimov will have his success, but it'll be the next step to greatness for Bud. I think he beats everyone at 154, beats everyone at 160, including Alim Khanouli, and he beats Canelo at 168. But that's a different discussion, which we will have properly, as I promised our colleagues Ray and Abbas, if the fight gets close to being made. And Turki Al-Sheikh, you saw what he said on Saturday night. He's got another 5v5 planned. USA v Mexico, headlined by Canelo versus Bud. Revenge for the Battle of the Alamo. But we'll come back to that. But for this August, Bud, 4-weight world champion. It'll be difficult by his standards, but he'll work it out as he always does.
I want UK v Mexico. I want it back in blood. I want.
Why? With 3-3 for the last 3 fights.
I want more. You don't know, Steve. You know, because you and I have shows and spaces and all this type of stuff.
Yeah.
4 or 5 o'clock in the morning, and to get watch your guy fucking battered in just there. No, I want it back in blood. I've sent the schematics, the blueprints to Keir Starmer for the wall around Mexico. Once we have this show,
Canelo, let's get it going.
We're going to absolutely ruin you. There's no, obviously, it won't be any heavyweights for Mexico because there's none.
There's none.
Anyway, I just want to say thank you guys so much. Thank you to our guests for tuning in. Big up to our brother Neutral. Please catch Hard Talk on tomorrow. I think I will be making an appearance, actually, Neutral, definitely. So tune into that one. Big up to you, Mrs. Styles. If I could learn French to say big up to you, I would, but I'm not going to do that. What I am going to do is say big up to you, bro, and big up to Canada, man. And yeah, thank you for supporting the show, bro. You're a massive part of it. Big up to you, Viso. Te amo, mia compadre.
Te amo también. Pausa.
That's beautiful.
I knew what I said. I didn't know what you said, but that's okay because it's spiritual. Production, if we can get the guests out, and then Ra and I will sign out. Ra, amazing show as always. Thank you. You know, we've been doing this for a while.
14 times, apparently. So long may it continue from some new exotic locations.
You might see Ryan and I in Japan if he doesn't piss off anybody over there.
That'd be great. Oh, Ricco, you know,
hello.
Derek is saying after the Joyce fight, he wants to have his farewell fight back in Zim.
Let's do it.
Wow. If they could do that.
It's funny. I'll be going back to the country I was born in as an international guest. Yeah. Anyway, I'll definitely be up for that one. But very quickly before Ryan and I give our sign outs and things and all niceness, pick up the D-Rock clothing, guys. 40% off of your purchase. You see how gorgeous Ra looks. He's glistening with that iBoxingHub logo on there. 40% of your total purchase. iBoxingHub 24. Please, guys, encourage people, your family, all this type of stuff, because when you guys actually do use our code, it actually really helps the channel, and that little bit comes back to making all the shows better. The production from when we first started, Ra. I mean, look at where we are now. Fucking absolutely incredible stuff. I just want to big up, obviously, the man, I think, behind the show tonight, Ikram. Big up to Trey, BNG, Aisha for tuning in. Big up to Abbas for tuning in. Big up to Ray. Just big up to everybody at iBoxingHub, you know, and thank you guys, the fans. If it wasn't for you guys, we genuinely wouldn't be doing this, honestly. You tune in to hear Ra and I talk shit for like an hour and, well, hour 30. So thank you guys so much. Ra, tell the people where they can check out your content.
Yeah, Punchout Boxing on Facebook and YouTube. You got my Insta and Twitter handle there if you want to hear more musings that sometimes get me in trouble. This mouth of mine's gonna, yeah, it's gonna get me in trouble one of these days, serious trouble. So it's because all you need to do, you say one sentence and then just cut it, but you add on, and it's like, yeah, it's okay, it's all right. It's only because I'm traveling with you, Ra, because you're my brother. Never abandon you, but also I like my limbs and shit. So, all right, so. Boys and girls, ladies and gents, thanks again. A great recap of a great start to the summer in boxing, and there's more to come. So me and Ricco will be here with you through the summer.
1,000,000%. Before we cut it out, next week, Ra and I will be at Selhurst Park, where I will meet Madonna for the very first time. And when I hug Madonna and get that selfie, I will be this close to Tupac. So I want you all to know that that's literally all I've lived for my whole life. Production, sign us out. God bless you all.
It's another band. All the Muslim cars now, whichever get up. Light up my scars with a sweet one, please. Someone flicks me a back by the say, oh, it's another one. It's another one, yeah, it's a full strand, yeah. Oh, it's another one, yeah.